like to thank everyone for coming this evening. You may or may not have heard of DelSoy. I know there's been a lot of talk in the industry about it. Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Thank you. Let me just first start by letting you know a little bit about myself. My background is in communications and marketing, and I have about 20 years of experience in that. Most recently, I had opened my own firm, and I guess through some connections, the founder of DelSoy came and dropped DelSoy in my lap at one point and said, "I can't do this, you can, go off." So basically that's what happened. I've done a lot of research on it, and really just, the company has grown exponentially in the last year since I've been basically at the helm. You might wonder why soy, because soy's been around so long. The really valuable component that we have of this is, we didn't get the 1.0 tutorial before we came here this evening. Perfect. Okay, so basically, anyone who's ever heard of soy products, you either love them or hate them. And usually people who hate them say there's too much estrogen in it. What DelSoy has done is figured out a way to remove estrogen from the soybean. We've done it using a commercial-grade soybean. We know that it can be transferred across all different types of soybeans. So that is basically where we're heading with this. Compound that with the trypsin inhibitor and phytic acid issues, which many of you probably have not heard of, but that basically keeps the soybean, all of the proteins and the minerals and vitamins from getting into the body. So we've figured out a way to also eliminate those. First product's looking at a paste which will be very similar to a peanut butter, but it won't have the allergens in it. So we're looking to basically replace your school nutrition programs and other types of child care programs, peanut butter or other nut butter products. Basically, DelSoy would go in and replace those. Why now? Why the soybean? There are a lot of questions that we can answer at this point. To the right, moves forward. There we go. We know that there's a huge concern right now about the food that is going into our schools, that we are getting, that our children are getting. You can see billions of dollars are being spent by the federal government alone just to combat and to bring more healthy foods into our school programs. It's not just the government though. If you look most recently, Walmart mentioned that they're going to have they're basically looking to get healthier products into their stores and bring them out to consumers who don't necessarily have the money to shop at some higher-end food stores. As a general rule, people, when surveyed, are not happy with the products coming out in child programs. Here we go. I think I have this down now. We've done some initial taste tests on products that we've gotten to market so far. We have two different versions of the initial DelSoy paste. Both have gotten incredible results. We've done from ages 11 to 75, and you would not believe some of the comments and some of the ideas that have come out of our taste test. The school districts are looking forward to getting it in. USDA is excited about it. Everyone is really just asking us how they can help us get this product out. And one of the reasons why is because it's not just the triple whammy of soy that I mentioned, but it's also, there are no preservatives. It has a 2-year shelf life without those preservatives or salt, which sometimes can be disguised as a preservative. We're doing all of this and we're pricing it in line with some of the other products in the market, like some of the nut butter lines. So that really makes it a pretty impressive product. When you look at, basically, we are creating a whole new category. We are looking at estrogen alone. And in addition to estrogen, we've come out with a way to really address a bunch of other issues such as shelf life preservatives. And it has a third of the RDA of the nutrients required on a daily basis. So we've taken some very similar, and I say similar in the competing nut butter space. There really is no other consumer product out there that is estrogen-free. So we're really looking to tap in to that market and create a whole new, basically a whole new revenue stream and a whole new category is what we're looking to do. I mean, you can look at the numbers. Just in our region, by 2015, you're going to look at, over 700 million meals per year will be needed, and this is only in the school system. So when you look at, that doesn't address the retail markets, it doesn't address any of the other markets. There's quite a need. We're looking by 2015, you know, our revenue projections are still only just over 2% of the regional market. That's not even national. And with that, I'll turn it over to our Chief Marketing Officer, Ivan Solero.
Hello, everyone. You know, it's funny because we're using the word speed to market instead of get to market. We feel the market is completely ripe for new choices, the way people are going to be treating their nutritional needs. One of the things that we're looking at, like Deb was saying before, was this very ripe market in the school nutrition area. And so to accomplish that, we're going to be going after contracts for the USDA Commodity Food Service that currently is spending $1.6 billion a year across the country to help serve kids with nutritional problems, nutritional programs, adding these foods to their school programs, school lunch programs, as a matter of fact. These programs only serve 15 to 20% of the total of what kids are eating today. So we see an opportunity for us to take advantage of that and make a few contracts in that area. The second thing we're looking at is the FDA approval program in terms of trying to have our third-party distribution strategy and manufacturing area being approved there nationally. We'll start off in Delaware, but hopefully we'll be branching out over the next 18 months. Trade shows is going to play a big role for us because we see opportunities also from there migrating to the retail market and boutiques and big box. We were all looking forward to one day going into a grocery store and having a line of foods that would be estrogen-free. So we're not just looking at the soy product as our only product, but we're looking to extend our process across many different grains and vegetables to offer that service to them. And so we see a lot of opportunity there in OEM and in licensing. And we look at the Department of Education partnerships beyond that with the YMCA, the Food Bank, and USDA-approved nutritional programs to make them as a state program for us in terms of stabilizing our revenue stream coming in there. And then finally, we're looking at the distribution partnerships beyond that so we can go ahead and align ourselves with larger food companies and see if they would use our products as part of their estrogen-free line. So, the speed to market timeline is as follows. Our projected revenue is $129,000 for the first year. That is just going to be 100% institutional reach, where we're going to be staying within the educational market. We'll be planning to go into launching our first and second products in 2012 with a marketing mix of institutional and retail, and then hopefully starting to do some licensing there. And if you notice that there's going to be a huge jump, we're projecting to $4,369,000. And then as you go forward into 2013, into 2015, you see as we start to build out our strategy that our distribution lines should start to expand to other lines outside of soy, looking to other grains to use the same process, and you see the results there.
Thank you, Ivan. Trust me with this. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, I was.
Basically, to recap a little bit what Ivan said, when you look at our revenue projections, and we'll get you to the slide here, we're looking